Computer love. Hey. Yeah, man. We are back. I'm not even gonna be here that long. I know I was supposed to be doing knowledge of self today, but I've been seeing a lot of funny business going on in this space, so I want to address it. Um, you know, if you look in the description, you will see the reason for this video. Um, it's a lot to do with a lot of people thinking that they can come on social media and start a new life. You know, if I was a murderer, out here in these streets doing time or whatever, once I get on social media, I'm changed. It don't count. I'm a different person. And to an extent, this video, I should have did the thumbnail like it. It's got a little bit of LAR movement vibes to it. You know, when keeping it real goes wrong. But yeah, man, shout out to LAR movement, still moving. But yeah, it's kind of crazy that these elationships, are taking over because of social media. A lot of people, you know, are representing themselves as the best that they can be to, become friendships and relationships. Like I said, it's just not the whole relationship aspect of a lot of people. There's a lot of fake friendships as well when it comes to an extent with a lot of people. So a lot of people in these spaces, they're coming in just on the principle of, looking for friends. They don't have friends in real life. Some of them just don't have real friends that they can trust and count on. So you looking for the internet guy to be your best friend. You looking for the guy you never met but only talk to online, and then to an extent have their number to be your best friend. So when it comes down to it, you have that situation to where that elationship is, you know, the best thing that's happening in your world, and that's real heavy on some people's heart to where, we I'm just gonna say, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I've been looking throughout these YouTube streets, and I seen a situation with the guy by the name of Taz and his woman and everybody that was going against them because of the relationship that they had. It was a situation to where they felt some type of way about it. You know that the way they got played, the way they got screwed over, and to be honest, in my judgment, that person don't really know you. So to an extent, they're gonna come at you a certain type of way anyway with certain type of vibes. You got dudes that are on here that's trying to be friends with other dudes and coming at them a certain way with a certain type of vibe that you should always be there for me, man. We've been friends since 2019 and I still don't have your number in 2022. Like the that other person probably knows, the behaviors and actions of you, and he keep it, like the rappers used to call it, keep it on wax, But yeah, man, it's crazy. I'm seeing like grown men, you know. I really don't want to say too much without saying it, because then a lot of people gonna know who I'm taking shots at, you know, on my careful walking thin ice, because I just it ain't even about the smoke. You just get tired of hearing this same old song. But yeah, it's just like you go to channels to start stuff with people to make a name for yourself, but in the end, you still ain't famous. Like, like why we keep doing this to each other? This the the elationship, you know, the computer love, you got guys, even women to an extent. I've heard women that be on different panels trying to, shoot they shot at guys on the panel, and the guys are not interested, and they feel some type of way. Guys as well. Seeing guys throw little little shots at women on the panel just to, get their attention, say some little funny stuff to grab their, attention that they're interested in them, and the woman's just not even interested. So then the guy turns around and, get in his fields, and it's a problem, But like I said, it's just crazy how this relationship going on right now, and just man, just the feelings, is strong. And it's like the force is with most people. But like I said, I ain't gonna be on here too long because this ain't nothing but a short topic. But just basically to a degree, man, you gotta pick your fans wisely, online and offline. You gotta start doing more with your life. You know, start, like I pushed yesterday, knowledge yourself, knowing things in your life, knowing what you want to do, knowing the situations at hand, and pushing yourself in the right direction and going forward. You know, and for the most part, you got to have an understanding about who you are and what you want to do with life. You know, you can be friends with somebody online, but with the extent knowing where do you stand with that person. If you guys have a decent, somewhat brotherhood or a sisterhood, and you tend to talk to this person offline, they give you the number, and y'all don't act foul towards each other, because like I said, it comes a time to where a lot of people, they sit here and keep pushing the narrative, and then in the end, if that narrative is not what they want it to be, then they get mad. You ain't a part of the clique because I say so. And I'm looking at like, this is life, man. You live, you die. In between time, you make peace with yourself, and you control to work on things to better yourself. I get on dudes with their emotions. I even get on the females that, I understand you're emotional, but you got to check certain things. Your emotions get a lot of women pregnant. The feel of a guy is more greater than what this guy actually really is. And the same thing applies to a lot of the men getting in bad relationships. Their feelings push them towards the women that honestly are no good for them. So, even to this online thing, I don't understand how guys, so invested with some of these women that they can't even, actually date. Unless you flying out or they flying out, the relationships don't work really too well. That's the prime, is what they call back in the day, is a long distance relationship. Now it's going to the internet, and it's almost like the, remember the jailhouse, or as you was a kid, you had a pen pal you wrote a letter to. I wrote a letter to my pen pal. It was a Chinese girl. Wrote a letter to her probably 3 times. After that, I was bored with it. I'm like, we can't talk about certain things. Your toys are different, and it just wasn't a thing. And that was back in the day when you had to wait a couple of weeks for a letter just to read it and see what they said about a question. Man, what cereal do you eat? What's your favorite TV show? Then they had to write it. Then they had to learn to speak certain English and translate, or guess to the degree, or they knew how to speak English and write it. And they thing was, well, this was the show I watched. This is the show I like, and go from there. But like I said, you got to get it together. When it comes down to the relationships online and offline, almost the same. But to an extent, there's some type of difference in between that. And like I said, I'm just speaking on a lot of these craziness amongst a lot of these people that be out here, you know, just I don't know, man. It's something different. It's just something different, man. I can't even put it on it because I get more and more dudes, get mad at women because women don't want to holler at them. Dude, you in a whole nother state, and you trying to push up on the chick. What y'all supposed to do? Be pen pals? It's virtual pen pals now. Because if you ain't got no money to go see that woman, and you ain't got no money to fly out, then how far the relationship gonna go? I don't understand it. If you got the money, you can fly out, you can go kick it and all that stuff, and that's no problem. So that's what I'm saying. Like when it come down to it, the people in these relationships, even with the dudes, man, the women, they all cool, and they be up in the roar and fighting with each other. I never wanted you as a friend. They get the whatever they call pillow talking and get the going at each other about information that they told each other behind the scenes. So it's like you gotta watch yourself when you become friends with people online, and then at any instant they can turn around and drop all that information that you gave them. You know, so that's why I say you gotta tread lightly with these relationships because, like I said, it's not even just the love aspect. It's more of people trying to find friendship and become a different person online. Some of them build into relationships, and blossom into man and woman relationships, and other one between just two men and two women actually trying to, connect as friends, which, some probably don't have friends offline. It's to the degree, like I say, you don't know a lot of people life, man. They live different, you know. It's hard for some people to, be friends. I mean, I've known guys in high school, nobody really ever talked to them, and they kicked it to themselves, and they got online one day and got to talking in those communities with what's the Pokemon and all that, and they became a guru about it. So when it come down to it, hey, just watch yourself. And you know what I always say? Till next time, we here and we gone. We out.